Well, we have breaking news. It has nothing to do with the primary. You can see it right there. Well, we have breaking news. It has nothing to do with the primary. You can see it right there. Desmond Shaw is live overhead in SkyCal. And Des, you are over a grand theft auto pursuit?
That's it, Pat, and we are in Koreatown, one of the densest areas of Los Angeles here. This vehicle, trying to find out exactly what kind it is. Might be a Hyundai. They got their hazard lights on, kind of weird. LAPD in pursuit of this. They have their helicopter overhead as well. Some really weird driving so far. He's actually been driving mostly pretty slow, slamming on the gas pedal occasionally, but he's been on the wrong side of the road for like half of this time that we've been overhead. Let's see if we can peer inside and see if there's any passenger in there. Kind of hard to see if there's anyone in that passenger seat, but yeah, definitely a Hyundai here. We know that those are very popular with alleged car thieves. So yeah, they have spike strips and pit authorized as well. Here,
they're
getting
stopping.
himself into a little bit of a predicament here with, yeah, boy, you know, and it's just always so jarring for people just trying to get home for the night. Maybe they're off to their voting precinct, and then here comes someone on the wrong side of the road. So at least they're not driving super fast. I mean, dangerous certainly on the wrong side of the road, but we'll see how aggressive LAPD is going to be with this one. They were going to try some spike strips, but I think the suspect turned away from them. But we had heard that pit maneuver could be in the offing as well. Grand theft auto suspect here in Koreatown, southbound on Westmoreland.
All right, and you know what? It does not escape me, Desmond. That's where Karen Bass, at least that's where her campaign event is at this evening in Koreatown. And as I said earlier, don't think this has anything to do with the primary, but just had to mention that. So you wonder what they're going to do. Now, if they have approved spike strips and they've approved pit maneuver as well, you know, when would be the precise time or the good time for them to do that? I'm looking at some traffic on the other side of the street.
Yeah, exactly. Always in the, you know, police's calculations here, if they're going to try to do a pit maneuver, they want to do it to where they can, you know, minimize any harm to innocent drivers or innocent vehicles that are just kind of parked in that area now, just kind of coming to a stop and then continuing. We've seen a little bit of this. It really just kind of seems like this suspect has no idea what they're doing or what they want to do to get around this. There's a couple people down there got their cameras out, probably posting to social media about this. But yeah, you know, just all over the place, kind of do-si-do around the traffic there over to Vermont. So we first picked this up over by MacArthur Park. It was LAPD's Central Division that was in on this pursuit, but got away from MacArthur Park pretty quickly, and now we're just kind of, you know, moseying around Koreatown here with their hazards on and, you know, red vehicles sticking out like a sore thumb as well. And you just see that the way they're driving, it just really kind of seems like this person has no rhyme or reason to what they're doing.
It's almost like they're playing cat and mouse with officers. And Des, I'm going to bring Mike Rogers at the desk in on this one. You notice, Mike, how he's stopping and then he proceeds and, you know, waits for them to catch up, it seems, and then just kinds of pulls off again, but thankfully he's not going at high rate of speed right now.
Yeah, you know, Pat, a couple times we saw them get up to maybe 40, 45 miles an hour, not very fast at all, but yeah, you're right. I mean, enough to go the wrong way, enough to still evade the police. Obviously, it's very busy out there. We do hear them, Des mentioned it earlier, that they are approved for spike strips and pit maneuvers, and I know that they are attempting to get that situated. Obviously, spike strips are only effective if they know where the suspect is going to go. And this person just seems kind of all over the place, really indicative of not having any real idea of what exactly they want to do or where exactly they want to go. And as you pointed out, Pat, a lot of this kind of stop and go or at least slow and go type of movements. At least now we're on a little bit less of a busy street. But again, kind of wrong way and not really for a reason. There was no traffic that he's trying to avoid except for that car right there. But some dangerous moves here. And it's almost like when he doesn't need to be going this fast is when they almost pick up speed there under the tree. LAPD in full-blown pursuit. They briefly went into under the tree.
No, they pulled out. Yeah, they're still going.
Yeah.
You know, I find that, oh, okay, I almost thought they were going to get caught up in something there. It's almost, I don't, you could tell, guys, if this person driving this vehicle is sort of making a loop-de-loop, that would make it easier, of course, for law enforcement to kind of, you know, station themselves thinking that he's just driving around in circles.
Yeah,
or traversing the same, you know, territory.
Yeah, and I think too, and Des, I think he's just kind of going north and south up kind of Vermont and Westmoreland, kind of in that area, right? Just kind of in that same neighborhood.
Yeah, just kind of hanging out in this area where, got to mention there's a lot of people. Oh, look at this. Now he's kind of in a head-on situation. There's a Waymo right there as well. I bet that's really confusing their software. So, yeah, now he's like in a standoff situation here.
The Waymo's
see if
moving.
he's going to get back over. It looks like, well, look at that. The Waymo yielding for for the suspect. That's interesting.
I've never seen that
okay, and
before.
then he flips back around that to southbound Vermont. But look, I mean, we got pedestrians all over the place here as well. Hopefully they can hear the flash. They can hear the sirens out there that will alert them to a situation nearby. But yeah, I mean, you've got someone who's just all over the roadway, not blowing through crazy red lights or anything, but seems to be pretty happy to just kind of drive on the wrong side of the road for no reason whenever they get the chance. As we try to kind of get another look inside of the vehicle, still kind of hard to see if they're can't quite tell if there's someone in that passenger seat or not. But yeah, so back onto San Marino Street here. He is kind of circling around where maybe we could get an opportunity for some spike strips. But if they are, they might have to cover the entire street because he's frankly he's been on the wrong side of the road more than he's been on the right side of the road. He's gonna have to squeeze through again. People are just thinking, what the heck is this guy doing? Someone down there on their camera as well. They seem to be, filming this circus. And, look, we've got
there's a spike.
Helicopters.
Did you see a spike?
Okay, yeah. So
he went around them.
Yeah, and interesting. They were ready on the wrong side of the road. Kind of interesting. And then, ironically goes back to the right side to evade the spike. So that's got to clue him in. Look, LAPD is definitely serious about bringing this to an end. So, what kind of risks does this person want to take? I mean, it feels like they want to gamble with this situation, but they're just, really hesitant to go at any high speeds or do anything super crazy to evade LAPD.
It would be nice if they could do a pit, but, could have right there. But the fact is that there is a lot of traffic, right? I mean, that makes a difference in when they can do it.
Oh, definitely. And, Olympic, we've been on Vermont, a couple of very, very busy streets. Vermont could be, super, super busy, and so can Olympic Boulevard here as well. You see plenty of traffic here in both directions. And, I mean, you do have 3 lanes for some of these. And, there could definitely be some pit opportunities, but it's just such a quick calculation if they're going to try to do it. Let's widen out here and see how far the units are. They've kind of backed off a little. I see them there on the edge of the shot, but maybe they've backed off a little bit here as we're back onto Vermont. This is like the 3rd or 4th time we've been on here into Harvard Heights. So now we're headed down towards the 10 freeway and the West Adams if they stick here with southbound Vermont.
Okay, we do have some video, Des and Mike, of that spike strip attempt. They're on the right side of your screen, where, as you said, he appeared to go around and just get on the other side of it. So now the possibility of them trying something else, I mean, he's, as you said, headed toward the 110 freeway. Well, what do we have here? Is he pulling into a parking lot?
Yeah, into a little
Another
mini mall
spike.
here. Oh, well, one of those little robots right there. Oh, that almost became a casualty of all this, but fortunately, slowed down for the little robot there. So, all right, circling back around. I mean, yeah, what is he doing? And now just circling back into this parking lot here. Very strange. Almost looks like, I don't know, maybe they're looking for parking the vehicle now. Okay.
Well, who are these guys?
Maybe let's see if they're gonna try to get out and run. That would be a fantastic time to come and box him in. Kind of taking his time about it though.
He is, and the people next to him the people next to him don't seem to be too bothered. They haven't now, even looking at all the police officers.
Yeah.
Now they're starting to move.
Well, now they're and now, kind of an awkward situation now with these people. LAPD probably just telling them to get away from their vehicle. They, we got several people there. Why?
Uh-oh.
Why?
Okay.
Oh, geez. He just bumped into this poor old Nissan truck right now. This person just really does not seem to have any clue about.
He's going to push right through it.
There.
Good Lord.
Jeez. Yeah. All right. So
well, at least we could tell it looks like just one person in there, Des, the driver. But boy, we were hoping that would have been a situation where they could have stopped this.
Yeah, just left a little bit too much room for him to be able to get out, kind of muscle his way around that old truck there. So yeah, and now look, I mean, now the suspect seems kind of panicked, picking up speed. Here, almost to 50 miles an hour back onto Pico. So kind of heading back to where we first heard about this, and this is exactly what LAPD does not want to see. Now we've got some higher speeds and potential for head-on collisions. And yeah, I mean, just, sustained wrong-way driving like this is definitely, LAPD's least favorite thing to see in a pursuit. So let's see what, I wouldn't be surprised if they go into tracking mode or something about this one, but
kind of
we'll
back
see
off.
if they're still kind of hanging.
Yeah, they
maybe
did go into tracking
backing
mode.
off just to, well, they are, okay, yeah, they are back there, but definitely hanging back, and now it's just kind of, I don't know, a situation with the suspect. But now, we're headed back towards downtown, and we all know what happens with pursuits in downtown. So then it's that calculated risk again. Do we want to keep someone kind of close behind if the suspect goes into downtown and it gets really tough for the helicopters, or how serious are they going to be about trying to pull this person over?
Well, I know that they should want to get this over as soon as they can, because, as you said, this guy started picking up speed because he's obviously maybe in panic mode, and now he's even at
more spikes. More spikes.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll see if that worked.
He might have hit those. Yeah, it certainly looked like he hit it. If the spike was I just heard him say spikes made contact.
Yeah, I think it's a good spike.
So that's a good sign.
Oh, look,
and
now they might pit too.
With a pit here for good measure, maybe. Let's see. Could be a good opportunity here.
Ooh,
here they come with the pit.
is.
All right, we got a spike and a pit. We got a 2-for-1.
Ooh, and they're
bumps right
boxing
into
him
him.
in.
All right, game over. It's time for this guy to give it up now. His tires are no good, and they spiked, and they did a great pit maneuver there. Pico at Toberman, the Pico-Union area. Let's hope that the suspect gives this one up, and the writing is definitely on the wall.
Doors open.
It had not getting out. Yeah, okay, we've got the door cracked open. Let's take that as a good sign. But yeah, a spike and then a pit maneuver right after. Not very often that we see that in such quick succession, but definitely what was necessary to bring this one to an end. And perfect pit there. Didn't hit any parked vehicles or anyone driving. And it looks like we are hopefully going to have somebody in handcuffs here shortly.
Yeah, looks like they're taking their time to get out of the vehicle, but and obviously, guys, just the way the officers are positioned there and they're out, they don't suspect that this person is armed. Would you say?
Yeah, we haven't heard anything. We haven't heard anything about the suspect being potentially armed. And yeah, you're right. I mean, the thing they did well about the pit maneuver too, Pat, is they were able to push that front car, that Shop 439, right up against the hood of the car to prevent him from continuing on. So, they're still behind their doors, which have ballistic panels in them, but we've not heard anything about this being taken by force, by weapon, or anything like that. Just a simple grand theft auto as he's coming out now, hands out, thankfully.
All right, well, this is an interesting primary day, with this person, this grand theft auto suspect, but thankfully this is coming to an end as soon as they put cuffs on him. Look at the vehicle, search the vehicle.
Yeah, we should have a code 4 here shortly, as long as there's nobody hiding in the back seats or anything. But yeah, they're going to definitely comb through the trunk and see if there's anything else illegal going on. They want to come clear the vehicle first, just make sure there's no one in there. We got the pursuit tent per usual. Looks like we're pretty good there. They're going to pop the trunk and put the suspect in handcuffs, and should be calling a code 4 here any second.
All right, well, again, this has been an interesting afternoon already, and the night is still young. People are still voting, guys. So, Desmond, Mike, thanks for that. And we are